Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to start this lesson off by giving all honor, praise, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahaha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, blessing, and salutation to the hopeful elect that are out there diligently pushing this word and truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, it's your brother Kazak Tazabah coming at you once again through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying and straight to the point. All right, so as you see here from the People's Voice, all right, it says WEF to implant prisoners with brain chips to erase consciousness and induce compliance. Okay, because ultimately they know that the mass majority of people here, okay, are going to rebel and do everything in their power to refrain from getting what's known in the scriptures as the charagma, okay, the C-hip, the Motb, okay. So to avoid, any riot or any form of rebelliousness, right? This is their motive, to try to erase their consciousness, trying to alter their way of thinking. Okay, they do this with within the government, MK Ultra mind control tactics. Okay, this is nothing new. Okay, but this is a clear path towards gradualism and towards the C-hip, okay, which is what they're trying to mandate across the four corners of the earth as a form of tracking each and every person. Okay, your social credit score, your banking information, your medical status and records, your finances, so on and so forth. Okay, that's their end goal. All right, which the scriptures go into how in the moment that they begin, that they will begin to fill their bellies, the Lord is going to pretty much stop them in their tracks. All right, let's get that in Job chapter 20 and 23, or verse 22. Okay, let me highlight it. Salakia. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Okay, that word straits is in positions of difficulty. All right. Now, what are the reasons why they will be in positions of difficulty? Because you're going to have people, okay, primarily the men of the Lord, the prophets of Yahweh Shai, completely against it. All right. And those are the men of the Lord are the main ones who they're going to try to target, because they know that the men of the Lord are going to be the ones that possess the power, okay, and have that direct connection with Yahweh Shai. Okay, so they're going to be in positions of difficulty. All right, they're not going to be able to get everybody that they want. They're only they can only do so much. They can try to limit your food supply, ration your food, your supplies, your necessities, your daily necessities. Okay, men that are incarcerated, okay, men and women that are incarcerated, right? They're limited. Okay, they're behind bars. They don't have any rights. All right, so they're going to try to get everybody that they can, okay, in whom they perceive themselves to have power over, right? which is the majority, all right, of people in America, okay, not to include the elect, right? It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. It shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Okay, so in the midst of him, fulfilling his will, all right, okay, thinking that he may be in good standings, okay, in a good case, right, the Lord is going to send forth his wrath. Okay, it's inevitable. There's no escaping that. All right. So let's go back to this article. Okay, and it says, that they try to put a brain chip in their heads. Okay, so let's get to the point. All right. It says the system could feature a VR-like device that displays AI-generated footage of the offense, coupled with a brain implant that induces emotional states like remorse or regret, feelings some individuals may not produce on their own. The concept developed by Hashim al-Ghalili would ensure the long-term effects of the therapy session by making the memories permanent. So in other words, brainwashing. Okay, this is exactly what that means. It's brainwashing. All right. It's come to a point that their media it's limited. It can only do so much. Which in reality it's all witchcraft. Okay, and sorceries, right? And so this is going to be their way of physically, tangibly taking action on their own, okay, by hooking these people up, okay, as an experiment to test their theory. You see? It says there are more than 1.7 million currently incarcerated in the United States, according to the British tabloid, but multiple studies show that prisons does not deter future crimes. On that note, Al-Ghalili is looking to use AI to lower the recidivism rate. Not sure what that means, but it says Cognify could someday create and implant artificial memories directly into prisoners' brains. A narrative video said these complex, vivid, and lifelike memories are created in real time using AI-generated content. Okay, so here they have created artificial intelligence based in technology to the point where they will somehow recreate this in the minds of those who are incarcerated. Once again, I reiterate, mind control. Okay, MK Ultra. Okay, this is a strategy. It's a tactic that the government has used on foreign enemies during various wars. Okay, World War II. All right, Vietnam War. So on and so forth. Okay. It says, after all, what could go wrong inside the criminal's mind? Time would pass differently slower than in real life, making them experience years' worth. The video added, meaning an experience lasting several minutes would seem like years. It says, concepts can be designed for different offenses, with AI-generated memories being tailor-made in response to the subject's crime and sentence. Okay. Let's read this quote. It says, some memories are designed to trigger consequences and trauma, the video stated. Such memories could stimulate the long-term consequences of violent actions, such as grief in the victim's family or the physical and emotional trauma endured by the victim. All right. So you kind of get the point. You kind of get the idea of where their motive is, okay, and what they're eventually trying to do. Okay. Now this is obviously in the beginning phases. All right. The experimental phase, where they're testing these theories. All right. They're testing these new strategies to try to get people to comply. All right, because they know that through through people's compliance, they got them right where they want them. All right, and primarily after those who are of the chosen nation. All right, which are the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right, the Heavenly Father's chosen people. All right, we're their main target. Okay, and they know for a fact that by doing all that they can to try to pull us away from our power, all right, we're going to continue to fall short, right? Is it 15? I think it's Judith 5. Salakia, bear with me while I find what I'm looking for. Okay, we're getting closer. This is Judith 5 and 17. And whilst they sinned not before their power, they prospered, because the Most High that hateth iniquity was with them. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles, very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs, and the temple of their power was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies. But now are they returned to their power, and are come up from the places where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. Okay? So they know that as long as they have the power in their hand to pull us and strip us from our power, polluting the food, okay, causing us to go off subtly, all right, not, obvious, they do it in a subtle manner, putting pork in chicken breasts, all right. I've seen at the grocery store a packet of chicken where it said rib meat embedded with chicken breasts. Come on now. Scriptures go into our food is defiled amongst the Gentiles. Okay. Mix fabrics. All right. Causing us to work on the Sabbath and high holy days, things of that nature. Right. This is all constructed in a way to pull us away from our power. Okay. And now they're making it a point to try to see if their way of getting more people to comply by way of AI, will get more people to be willing, all right, to take the C-hip. Okay. Causing them to feel grief, regret, all right, in a time that their people are already going to be in a vulnerable state because of the lack of food, a lot of death going on, all right. It won't take much, all right, for them to hook these people up, take them to these concentration camps, all right, hook people up and get them to, have a sense of regret of some sort, or make them feel as though they need the government, or they need Esau. They need them. All right. I forget what they're called, but other than, it's another word for concentration camps, but it's like indoctrination, or I think you understand where I'm going with it, but that's essentially what these concentration camps will be, broken up into different categories, right? People on different lists. I believe it's like a yellow, blue, and red, if I'm not mistaken. All right, yellow is, somebody who, and I could be wrong, but yellow being like somebody who's might have come across, a certain video, all right, but they're easily, they can be easily manipulated. All right, then you have the blue, all right, that will have to take, they'll have to, do excessive, action to try to get them to comply. And then you have the red, which the red is really just flat out death, put to death, okay, because their values and their beliefs are way too strong, right? So don't doubt for one bit that that you're not on one of these lists, man. If you're not on, at least, probably on the red list, okay? Brothers making videos, people who are watching these videos, you're on the list, all right? But the only way to be protected, all right, is through, as we know, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the Lord. All right? So, I'm kind of all over the place, but get where I'm going with it, okay? This is, let's get Isaiah 36. Isaiah chapter 36 and verse 5. It reads, I sayest thou, but they are but vain words. I have counsel and strength for war. Now on whom dost thou trust, that thou rebellest against me? Okay? So the Lord is asking, who is it that you trust, that it has caused you to rebel against the one who created you? Okay? Who is it that you trust? Okay? And the majority of our people, 2/3 of our people, trust on Egypt, trust on Esau. Okay? We'll continue to go down to Egypt for the one of all things as a part of our curses. Right? And they're going to be stuck on those curses. Right? But those who have, repented and who have come to, an awareness of who they are as a people, all right, return back to the Heavenly Father, okay, we're going to be protected, Lord willing, if we be of the elect, which we hope and pray that we are, okay? And he's the one, Yahweh Shem Yahushai will be the one to deliver us and feed us and give us our daily bread, the necessities that we need. And he knows exactly what we need without us even asking. It says, lo, thou trusteth in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, wherein if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him, right? So Pharaoh, and in this regard, Esau, okay, the government, all right, is as if a broken reed, that when you lean upon it as a sense of support, as a support mechanism or a support system, right? It's going to pierce you. All right. In other words, lead you to your death. Okay, to speak plainly, right? All because you trusted in him, you trusted in his beast system. All right, that's going to be your outcome. Right? Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small, verse 15. And he had the power to give unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Okay? His beast system, the fourth industrial revolution. Okay? Merging AI, technology with mankind. You see? That if you don't worship it, then you're going to be sentenced to death. All right? It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right. So whether you're free or bond, okay, in bondage, in captivity, which we are in a spiritual, okay, captivity, right? Primarily spiritually, but yes, we're still in physical captivity as well, right? But, you know, to the majority of the people, it doesn't appear as such, right? Because we quote unquote, right? And I emphasize that because they think that we're free, but we're not, right? That we have the abilities to do certain things, whereas, but we really don't, okay? As long as this man is in rulership and in power, we are still in captivity, okay? But then you have those who are serving a sentence that are in these jail systems, okay? They don't have they have their so-called freedom stripped from them, being told what to do, what to wear, right? To get them to I for whatever reason I can't think of the word, but try to get them rehabilitation, right? To get them to rehabilitate, all right, and get right, right? That's what these systems are for, right? Allegedly. But they don't work like that, because they're caged up, being treated like animals, all right, in a concrete jungle with nothing but concrete and metal, right? No grass, no sand, no water, right? The very same essential things that we need as people, okay, to regenerate, cleanse our bodies, give us the energies that we need, right? They're depleted of all that, Therefore, the results of that is them, losing their minds, okay, going crazy up in there, right? So what better person to experiment on than those who are acting, as maniacs, right? And out of control, okay? That's what they think. Verse 18, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number 666. Okay? 666. And Esau has different ways to, camouflage the, 666 into their logos, into their laws, okay? Into their, like their words, numerology, right? All that stuff, man. And if you comply with these things, man, you're done for. All right? Because the result of that is this. Verse 14, or chapter 14, says, verse 8, and there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she had made all nations drink of the wine of her wrath, of her fornication. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Okay? Which is going to be by way of thermonuclear hypersonic missiles, okay? That are going to touch here in Babylon the Great. All right? It says, and the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest, day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receive the mark of his name. Okay? So there's a consequence for taking it. Okay? You can't receive it, okay, and then for whatever reason you change your mind and you try to take it out. Nah, man. Because your heart was there. Right? You trusted in it. You thought it, you believed in it. Proving that you didn't have faith in the Lord to begin with. Okay? So there's no repenting for taking the Motb. All right? So that was pretty much it for this lesson. This is on the People's Voice. If you want, you go into this site and, watch the video for yourself. But Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. And with that, I want to give our honor, praise, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, peace, blessing, and salutation to the hopeful elect that are out there diligently pushing the word of truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And until next time, Shalom.